trying to find a new game mode. That is the timeline survival game mode.
This sounds extremely fascinating to me, but I would love it if you could explain it.
This is a game-changing type of mode. So one thing you'll notice is just this has more of a game board type of setup. Now, the general setup for those of you who also already read the patch notes is that you, the agent, have to fix the different anomalies taking place in the timeline. In order to do that, you have to take out the different supervillains that are wreaking havoc in said timeline. In this case, the timeline is taking place in the form of a game board. As you can see, there's a variety of different things to look up here. First to set up, you're going to create your roster using having at minimum 3 characters. On the top right, you'll see that the season ends in 16 days, usually around 2 weeks. And for characters, you can take a look at your characters here. In this case, the characters have already been pre-made for me for this particular build, and I have 9 characters in this case. Survival effects, these are a different type of buffs that you're given over time by traversing the board, which we will do briefly. And in the bottom left-hand corner here, we'll see I have what is referred to as temporal energy. This is the energy, or this provides me the move set, the amount of places I can move. Each time I move on a tile, that takes up energy. And of course, you look at the top left-hand corner, you see threat level 1. Of course, as the harder the game mode, the higher the threat level, the better the rewards, the more difficult the bosses and whatnot. And different tiles. Again, there's so many things to go over, but we're going to do this one at a time. So there's a landmark here. I'm going to go ahead and step on this, see what happens. For this landmark, survival effects can be selected here. So I'm going to go ahead and step on this landmark here. Now, when you enter a landmark, you're given what is referred to as survival effects. Survival effects can provide you buffs or debuffs. In this case, I have the option to select a different buff. So let's see what we have here. We have increase for blast types, decreased damage received from versatile types, increased mutant race defense. I don't have any mutants in this current set, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and... I do have Wenwu, I'm just going to go ahead and actually select that buff.
Good choice.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next tile. And of course, you can see at the bottom left-hand corner for the temporal energy. Temporal energy can be refilled by either playing or it'll either recharge itself over time, or you may come up on a space and you may end up recharging your temporal energy. So, alright, so I have the option now. I've moved on the game board. Should I move left or should I move right, Kim?
Left.
Left, sure thing. So right here we have a little battle going on for the reward, where you will be given a survival token, which we will go over later on. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right.
Of course, this is a Shang-Chi related update, so why not just use Shang-Chi themed related characters?
Yes.
I did receive a nice little buff for Wenwu, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, okay, I forgot. So for this particular one, battles can be done by using all 3. So the battle ended up quick because, again, this is a threat level 1. Therefore, all the battles are going to be easy for me. These characters have already been beefed up. But as you can see...
I thought he was doing a move, but it was his final,
It was the move, all right. It was the move that ended it all. So for this particular set, you'll notice that all 3 characters can fight at once. Similar to Shadowlands in a sense. And after I won, I was given a reward. In this case, I was given tokens. These survival tokens can be used in the in-game shop, or in the shop within this particular game mode, which I can use to buy other items and whatnot. So, as you can see, there's another tile that looks similar to the tile we just landed on, but it is a different color. It is a green color. Colors that represent the level of difficulty. So again, we completely wiped out a gray tile, which is for normal. Let's go ahead and check out a green tile, which stands for advanced. And you can see the villain info. We're going to face against Green Goblin, Scorpion, and Electro. Blast type characters have an advantage at this stage. Does that matter? Nope. Alright, let's do this.
Alright. Maybe they'll be more challenging.
Didn't even have a chance to even use it, barely use the skill.
Yeah, they weren't. Again, 2 seconds.
I got myself another token there. Let's see if we can find a different type of tile. I do see a purple tile later on down the line, and I have 2 spaces left. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this green tile here. Again, another fight in Midtown. I'm gonna go ahead and use Agents of Atlas for this one.
See if you can get something other than 2 seconds.
We got a second and a half. So there you go. There's improvement.
Oh boy.
Okay, not to fret. We still have one more space left, and as you can see, what makes this different is that we have a space on the left and we have a space on the right. We also have the ability to move all around. There's a different one here, which is a shop. So just for the sake of time, we're just going to take a look at the shop. Shop. This is where you can buy useful items for battle. Items are chosen randomly. So let's go ahead and just use our remaining move on that. And with this, we have the ability to take a look at different things available. But what doesn't help is that I cannot afford anything at the moment. So the reason being,
You're
if you
really
notice,
strong. You just can't afford things.
that's right. So these, as you can see, these tokens are like 30, 70, 30, 18, but I only have 4. But also, if you notice the tile I landed on, it was a purple color, meaning that the shop presented items of higher value. Hence, I would need more tokens over time. And yeah, so unfortunately for this portion of the show, I actually am out of temporal energy, and because of that, I'm just gonna have to wait over time. Or if I were to move on, continue moving on, I would maybe end up completing the course, or I'll step on a tile that will allow me to unlock more space. Oh,
that
that's right.
looks
Okay,
like a note
that's
for me.
That's for Kinder. I'll let you take care of that. But as far as real briefly regarding the timeline survival, again, in terms of the timeline survival, again, you can look at more details in the patch note itself that is currently in the Marvel Future Fight forum. Anyway, I myself personally excited. I like this as a new strategic way to just refresh the style play of the game. So we look forward to seeing how far you guys get in terms of threat level. What are the different team you guys choose? What are your guys' thoughts overall on this new game mode and more? Again, this is a massively packed update with new characters, new uniforms, new game modes. So we look forward to seeing what you guys have to say when the game goes live. And that does it.
All right.